broadcasters to see with just the black numerals. Both of these clubs. Thank you for wearing jerseys that are readily identifiable. So Stanford will kick things off here to get us underway here in Clemson this evening. Need to mention right away that Adam Lundegaard, who would traditionally is a captain for Clemson, would traditionally be on the back end of things on that defensive back, not there because he had a red card last time for Clemson in the draw against South Carolina in Columbia a week ago. So that means that one Lucas Magnuson gets forced into the starting lineup. And forced may be a bad word, but he's going to be the guy that at least is going to be asked to step in, fill the void. Yeah, true freshman. Good, solid player from Iceland, but still, it's this is your first college game in this type of environment. He'll be tested early. So Stanford just looking to control here early on. Try to feed it down the wing. Look for the, keeps it in play. That's going to be dangerous out front. Clemson trying to clear, and they do. Send it off to Trimnell. Stanford has that taken care of. You would think first 5 to 8 minutes of this match, both teams probably shake off a little bit of the nerves. Should there be a goal though early on, boy, whoever can get that first score going to have a big advantage. Yeah, and Don, we talked about so many storylines. I mean, this is the ACC opener for both teams, but first ACC game for Stanford in program history, on the road to a venue they were just at 9 months ago. And we will talk a little bit more about that. 3 new members have been added in to the Atlantic Coast Conference. Here's Clemson's first real push, trying to work it off, and that ball, good defense, nice tackle that comes and takes care of business there. That was well done from Will Cleary there, dealing with Galen Flynn just getting forward. Last touch was a little heavy. Clemson looking for a clean throw in. Trying to turn in. That ball is going to be touched last. Stanford, that will turn into a corner here early on for Clemson. Went off the foot of Cleary out of bounds. So we'll see how Clemson plays this. They do have a man that sets up off short. And this is another facet of the game. Oh, it's headed in a score! Just like that, lightning strikes for Clemson. I believe that was Tyler Trimnell getting on the end of that. 2.5 minutes in, bang, go the Tigers. Well, that opens his account for 2024. Donnie didn't wait very long. Just a little glancing header. He's able to flick to the back post. I was just about to mention another facet of the game that Clemson will miss. Adam Lundegaard is on set pieces. He's so dangerous, but Trimnell gets here first. Oh my, looks like it took a double touch. Yes, it was double Trimnell. Then I think that it actually touched Magnuson and went in. Yeah, or either that came off of, or off a Stanford player, one of the two. I think if it was last touch by Cleary, I think they will still credit Trimnell with the goal there. He put that on frame. And they credit Trimnell with a goal. I'll tell you, that's a big moment, though. Just less than 3 minutes into this, and wow, right down at the other end. Stanford has a set piece. Looks like they have a long throw here. And if you can have that man that can give you the long throw, and it's such a weapon. Good throw deep into the box. Out front, Clemson trying to clear it out. Finally do. Long run. Chased down. Stanford will push it right down the sideline. Bank with it. Looking to center. There's a header. One hop. And a nice play by the Clemson keep. Ndema. Joseph Ndema. Very athletic keeper for Clemson. That's adding in just the center backs forward on the second phase of that set piece. He gets on the end of it, but Ndema read it well. Clemson again pushing it forward. Galen, good tackle. It'll force a throw in. Well, that's Shane DeFlores coming back in early, and that is how his
with Stanford in a 4-4-2 against Clemson's 4-3-3. How would they handle the ball in wide areas? And it looks like they're going to get their forwards to pinch into wide areas and help defend. And Flores did well there.
And Dama, well out of net, shoots it forward. Clemson will jump on the header, but Stanford will settle. They'll clear it back in the Clemson zone. Ball up the sideline. That's going to drift out of bounds. Head coach Mike Noonan of the Clemson Tigers, as you can see, his 15th season. Already a couple of national championships that he has in his pocket. Tremendously successful. And you can see there's the record under Noonan when Clemson scores first. They don't lose often. There's a great save by Ndama, though, made. And then Clemson going to relieve the pressure as they clear it. And we get a late whistle and a stoppage of play. We may get a replay.
Initially, the first save, just Magnuson misses the clearance there, but well taken, good reach. Looked like minimal contact there, but
I think they're going to go and come back and take a look. Or are they? Mike Noonan to look down, hands up in the air. Both coaches are going to be called over. So they are going to go, looks like, to the replay monitor. My guess is they're going to go back and take a look at that play on Ndama.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where the attacking player has taken a touch away from goal. So I think Ndama, as soon as he saw that touch, tried to pull out of the challenge. Tough to see from my angle if he had any contact, though. He makes the initial save, which is outstanding.
Yeah,
oh, I think that's a dive.
I think he was diving.
The ball had already been played away.
Yeah.
He kept his leg in there, but he made more of it than it was. It looks worse from this angle, doesn't it?
Ndama's trying to go for the ball there. And obviously there is contact that does bring down Jackson Keel.
Well, I think it has to be overwhelming to turn it over, right? I don't know.
Yeah, he saved it, and he's going after it. You know, and actually, Ndama gets the worst of it. He takes the knee to the head. But a long look at this. Here's the thing, Kevin, as we take a look from this angle, I think it makes him look like he's much closer to the ball with that angle than the outside angle when we were looking at straight towards net.
Well, and the body language there tells me he almost looks more committed to going down than getting a second touch on the ball. I think it's always interesting too when they look at it in replay in slow motion. Things always look worse in slow motion. You know what I mean? A still picture looks different than a real-time video.
That's why good directors, good editors use slow-mo so much. Much more dramatic in slow motion than it is in real time.
Yes, sir.
So let's see what the call is going to be here. We're going to call both coaches once again together. One coach is going to be happy, one coach is not.
I think you could tell from the body language. He's going to have a word with both teams. This is interesting.
Captains get involved.
Penalty for Stanford.
Yeah, they're going to award a penalty kick. So we've had a lot that's already transpired here in the first 5 minutes and 16 seconds. A goal just 2.5 minutes in. And now an opportunity here. Stan, this is interesting that both Ndema along with Keel, they're talking to one another. Hey, where do you plan to go with this ball? Well, I really don't want to tell you, but.
Wow.
But a chance here for Stanford to tie this at 1 early. And it'll be, well, Riley looks like it's actually going to take the kick. The penalty. We are tied at 1. Good placement low into that right corner.
It's a good penalty.
So well reverse of call on the Clemson keeper. Riley takes advantage. That's really, really nice. Nice penalty kick right there. That's almost impossible to stop.
Yeah, and Ndema chose right, but he hit it with enough pace. You could have told me a lot of things, but if you told me this was going to be 1-1 5 minutes in, I would have not. These have typically been very defensive struggles between these two teams. So
Clemson will look to play it deep in. Stanford just head that right back. Magnuson with a clear. And be headed out of bounds. Riley. Feeds it. Bohane goes down, and that's going to be another penalty against Clemson.
Chabert was just a little late on the challenge, but again, you can see how much Bohane is drifting inside to counter a 4-3-3 from Clemson.
Walk off the 10. The magic foam goes down. See what, this is a dangerous situation here for Clemson. Ball played in, one hops, and Ndema comes out with it. Now will he try to get something going quickly the other way? He's tapped, goes down, and another stoppage of action. Shane DeFlores, I think, the guilty party. He's the one being talked to.
You can see Ndema looks like he wants to play quickly here, and Flores definitely obstructs him a bit, but Ndema's looking for the contact there.
Trying to push the ball through. It's Flynn, touched out of bounds. Meinhard will look to throw it in. Nope, he'll give it off. Flynn onto the foot. Gian. And ball last touched again by Stanford. Quick throw in. Try to get it to the corner. Another throw in forthcoming for Clemson. Center headed out, headed right back in. That'll be a push from behind. Can tell you one thing, we're going to find out what has been very obvious here in the early going. This match is going to be physical.
Yes, sir, and that's an easy call for the official. Just looked like Galen Flynn coming right through the back there of the Stanford player.
Schnebley will play it off, get it right back. Flynn looking to settle, and it'll be off Stanford. Got to throw it in. It sometimes keeps cheating up the sideline. By whistle, and this is off the ball. And a little conversation will be had. Trimnell lifts up the jersey. Says, Mr. Adnan's not playing nicely.
And those are
hooking his jersey.
Two extremely physical players. I tell you, this center official's going to have his hands full tonight. He's got to keep control of this game in an electric environment.
Trying to push it to open space. Clemson will attack. We'll play it back through.
Just miscommunication there from.
Sliding tackle will carry it out of bounds for a Stanford throw in. All right, let's go back. Let's look up here and see what we can find. You can see the action there between Trimnell along with Adnan that drew the whistle.
Well, that's one of those cases where the defender will just wind up a forward and look for a reaction. You've got to keep your composure in those situations.
Ball deflects, comes out front. Stanford will keep it in the Clemson half. Damon comes out, ball deflects off him as a collision towards the top. Clemson carries it out. Flynn with that left foot, Trimnell the run, can't get there. Schnebley comes out.
I'll tell you, and Joseph Handama still somewhat.
We have a player down for Clemson on the midfield stripe. Yes, Illuminato.
I tell you, Don, just feels like this thing is a little bit of a powder keg right now, doesn't it?
Yeah. See is, oh, he took that one right off the face.
Illuminato there just.
So he got up, tried to run, came to midfield and went down. Athletic trainer for Clemson will trot out. Razienski. Head coach for the Stanford Cardinal, Jeremy Gunn. Like I said, his resume is just as good as his counterpart. They won 3 national championships in a row, 15, 16, and 17, as you can see there. 4 College Cup appearances for him in his tenure at Stanford. Now, he has a longer tenure than just at Stanford, 23 seasons, and he's won 339 games, which is 7th among all active coaches.
Just done a remarkable job out there on the farm.
Well, I would say that people in the South would object to you calling Palo Alto the farm. I think it's a little different than what the folks over in Pendleton, outside of Pendleton, see.
Different type of farm.
Where Coach Ford, the former football coach for Clemson, roams around. So you want to see just how deep this league is. We can show you what Stanford, Cal, and SMU are all stepping into as we take a look at the top 25 in the college standings as they continue to look at the injured Clemson player. But I mean, that's not too shabby right there. Now 3 of the top 8, and you've got 5 of the top 15. And Stanford, new boy, they're at 5. There's SMU, one of the new kids playing on the schoolyard, at 22.
Man,
so
you have
it's deep.
You have a handful of teams that you know are just lurking right outside the top 25, and schools like Virginia and Notre Dame, Duke.
Oh yeah, so you got 7 teams that are right there. They're right now listening to. I bet you before the season over, there could be as many as 10, maybe 11 ACC teams that at one point or another will have been ranked in the top 25.
Absolutely.
So off with a little assistance was Antonio Illuminato. A bit of a low 5 there as he comes off.
Coach Noon's going to have a decision to make here, because could be forced into using a substitution if they're going to pull him off here for concussion protocol. There's a little banter between Adnan and Trimnell.
Yeah, that was the earlier one where we had a stoppage of play that. And what did I do? Ah. So it looks like we're going to get Paz is going to check in. Paulino Paz. Freshman midfielder from Bolivia. There's one more look at the action there. And from that one, you can definitely see that from that distance, Trimnell much more provocative than Adnan was.
Yeah, and Don, this is perspective of a former player and a former coach, not saying anything is going on, but so many tricks of the trade from a defender. Just to wind up a forward is just a little pinch of the skin, just a little poke in the ribs, just a little jab of the finger in a sensitive area. So many tricks of the trade just to get under the forward skin and get him to think not about the game of soccer. But certainly that doesn't look like anything there. It's just 2 players. Adnan's not conceding ground, and just a little too much from Tyler Trimnell there.
So they are looking at this. You can see Trimnell there is holding up his shirt and he's saying, "Look, you want to see where he scratched me? That almost looks like it's that. Look, I got a mark right here in my body where he got me."
His body language would tell you something, that he feels like he was pinched or scratched or something.
Yeah. So the first time that we had this, it went in Stanford's favor, that awarded a penalty kick on a foul against the Clemson goalkeeper, Joseph Ndema, that led to the Riley goal that tied us at 1 just under 6 minutes to go. The goal by Clemson just 2.5 minutes in. By Trimnell, and then there's another play. Ooh, that's dangerous there, and Ndema stepping in was Keel.
Yeah, and that just happened just before the stoppage.
Right.
For Illuminato, and that, I believe
you can actually see him down, see on the replay, down far left corner.
And when he stopped to go over and check on him, that's when Ndema was still so incensed about, he was yelling at the referee. It's not been short on drama. How much soccer have we played? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah. Well,
what's going on?
Well, we're actually a little over 10. We're 10 minutes and 11 seconds in.
Don, it is 7:31. Was this a 7 o'clock kickoff?
If you were expecting to see regular programming at 9:30, you may be wrong.
Are you calling the game tomorrow night? Are you going to be on time for that?
I do have the 8 o'clock kickoff, yes, tomorrow. But I don't have to be on air till 7:28. All right. Let's see what transpires here. I wish we had it like the NBA or the WNBA now, where the official goes to the microphone, you know, gives the announcement of what happened, so that everybody knows. It just talking here to the two coaches. I mean, I understand that, but it'd be nice. I think the whole building would like to know.
Absolutely.
So apparently, looking for what they call violent behavior. I got sent to the principal's office back in the day for that kind of stuff. Yes. And if it was at home, believe me, I would have rather have been in the principal's office than facing my father. So here's what can be reviewed. All right, now. So what can happen now in video review? So, you know, there's. So
number 4 there. We've already ticked that one off the box.
Yep.
All right.
So I guess that we were at number 2, identifying players for disciplinary matters, right? That's
so we just have 5 more to tick off tonight.
We got 5 more boxes to check, and we'll have a complete night. I don't know that I had either 2 on my bingo card, though, for tonight.
Let's get back to the football and the 22 players on the field.
Good push to the sideline. Clemson there defensively.
But in all seriousness, that does make it tough for the players to get into a rhythm when there's long stoppages like that. It just feels like the game doesn't have any rhythm.
We've had 3.
Now you have to be at your most focused on a restart.
Yeah, we've actually had 3 already in 11 minutes. So here's going to come another long throw in. Oh, right on net, and Dama there. That was a good throw and a good redirection to frame.
It's so crowded in that penalty area. It's hard to see who gets the last touch on this, Don.
Actually, off of a Clemson player. It was almost an own goal.
Was that Okunlola there with the last touch, or Sandy?
Sandy, I thought. Oof. Touched a little heavy. Clemson will relieve the pressure. Whistle and a foul called.
It's just saying that I believe that was Trimnell came from an offside position to contest that header.
Flynn sends it forward, but nobody there in an orange jersey. Stanford once again in the Clemson half. It does seem like that early portion of this game has been played primarily on the Clemson half.
Well, you could just see in that last situation, on those moments in transitional periods, Galen Flynn's trying to pick out Tyler Trimnell there. He's just not able to connect that pass, and immediately just you're on the back foot again.
Again, Stanford would just settle and organize, bring the attack into the Clemson half. Very good long carry. Bank. Long possession for Bank, finally gives it off. Bohane trying to push it in, and Damon will just let that go for a goal kick. Clemson swings it back and forth. G-Bay. Off on the wing, they'll push it one more time. Minard plays it back. Again, they'll flip sides.
It's very well organized from Stanford. And that's one of the things Coach Gunn talked about was
top of the box, shot fired, deflects, settled. Again, a shot deflected. Good angle of attack here. Good sliding tackle and stays in bounds. That's excellent defense.
It's nicely done from Will Cleary.
This ball gets through.
Well, as I was mentioning, Don, that in those transitional moments, Stanford's able to get organized quickly, and you can see they just kind of morph into a 5-4-1, 4-5-1, just nice, tidy blocks of players. Really makes it difficult to break down and play through. Clemson was able to carve out a half chance there. This is the best bit of sustained possession they've had this game.
He will cross it. Good settle. Minard. Left-footed shot. Bounces out. Chip up and over. Run down, and that'll be a foul call there on Clemson. Push from behind. So you see this. Ooh. That almost looked like it caught the hand, didn't it? Caught the arm.
It's high up the shoulder, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Maddening.
This was the tackle. That's excellent defense. And just to be able to keep that ball in bounds by DeFlores.
He's committed and went to ground there in the penalty area. Always tough. Courageous challenge, though. And like you said, is icing on the cake as he keeps that in play. And Stanford's able to clear their lines.
Schnebley foots it. Sent out of bounds for a throw in for Stanford. Bank the quick throw in. Cross that goes along the end line. What's the call?
Oh, it's called corner.
Call a corner.
Last touch from Okunlola must have drifted over that end line. Tama Tivoli, clever, made it look like it stayed in. Yeah, it just breaks the plane there, doesn't it?
Off of Okunlola. So the first corner of the game here for Stanford. And it's the man that scored on the penalty kick, Will Riley, that will take this corner. Comes out, headed back. Clemson kind of hesitated on that head back. Stanford able to pounce on it, keep it in. Here's another floater back up. Stanford again controls. Push into the box, good defense though.
It's good patience, you don't want to concede a corner here.
Ball centered out front, whistle.
It's well done from the assistant referee in both of those examples. He's good position. He sees that this is what I call the foul there.
So Clemson will look to see if they can organize something. They'll chip it forward. This is onside. Or is it? Nope, it's not onside.
Just waited.
He waited until Minor got there.
Up until he
gets or Trimnell, I should say, not Minor, but Trimnell. Yep. Schnebley will kick it away. Sophomore out of Portland, Oregon. 8-3-4 last year in goal for Stanford.
It's a big battle there between.
And it deflects off of Stanford out of bounds to be a Clemson throw in. They'll try to get it quickly. G-Big plays it back. Clemson tries to flip the field.
That's quick, change the point of attack. And again, Stanford's transition defensively outstanding, just really quick to get their shape back.
Good job of forward pressing this. Flynn pushed off the ball. That's good tackle there once again by DeFlores.
It's good no call there.
That's a tackle, and it'll be a throw in Clemson. Riley went down. Well, he was looking for a call and didn't get it. Earlier, DeFlores play. That's just a good job of getting in front of the attacker. Shot deep back.
I think he got both of those right, Don.
And Stanford settles it in the Clemson half. Look to push it through. Top of the box. Shot. And Dama, though, right on top of it.
It's Jackson Kill again. Dangerous little half chance, and that's what you want to do. You want to force a save, keep that on frame.
Stanford able to keep it in bounds and push it into the Clemson half, and Dama come way out. And Dama in his youth was not a goalie. He was actually as I think the story I was told, he was actually a midfielder. So he's a goalkeeper who really likes to come out and use his feet. And that's why you'll see him play forward as much as he does.
Well, that's the role of the modern goalkeeper, to come off and stay connected to that back line and have the ability to read the game and just squeeze that space between your back line.
Feed headed. Head towards the corner. Clemson doing a good job of pressuring that. Stanford a good job of handling that pressure. Up the sideline they go and out of bounds.
Did well to play out of trouble there. Just trying to link up with Keel with the long ball forward.
G-Bay, good fall, good feed. Flynn pushes it off the wing again, tries a centering pass, but again defended well. G-Bay comes across, tries to come up with a steal, and that ball is out of bounds in the sideline for a Clemson throw-in.
G-Bay did well there. And
oh, look good back touch heel. Trimnell thought that his teammate Gian was going to fill back in, but he didn't. Good idea. Whistle. Foul called there on Stanford. Yoshizawa stays down a little bit, now gets up.
Well, in those moments when Stanford's not interested in breaking that Clemson press, they're content to go direct. The forwards are good with their back to goal, and they are always quick to pick up those second balls.
Oh, Yoshizawa, nice little turn. Carries it, fed it out front, just a little too heavy on the touch. Yoshizawa going to jump right back on it, though.
You get a picture of why he's been so dangerous. He is tidy on the ball.
Touchdown the sideline, but not good enough. Flynn trying to push it in the direction of Minard. Well, as you can see, a little history of this place. Almost 2,800 in average attendance last year, which was among the best in the nation. Season opener here last year, 4,200. The all-time attendance record had been back in '87. NCAA match against San Diego State, 83-32 in '87.
There's a little bit to play for that game too.
There was. That's why there's a national championship banner in '87 up there, as a matter of fact.
Which I tell you, personally, I would be in favor of the national championship going back to host schools, maybe even the semifinals, because for reasons like that. This is a great college soccer venue. We've called some great quarterfinal games here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You know, if you're the highest seed, you should play at home. If you're the highest seed in the national championship game, I have no problem having that game on that team's home field. No problem whatsoever with that.
Well, and I think that's always...
If you're just looking for environment.
Right, and that's been the argument, right? We've gone to a few different places, and the discussion continues to be that college soccer hasn't quite found their Omaha.
Right.
Some people would argue it's Cary, because it's frequently in Cary, and the crowds are pretty good, and there's usually a team from the southeastern part of the country in that College Cup.
Chance for Stanford as they feed to the top, but Clemson clears it. And a late whistle and a foul called there on Stanford on the push-off.
Yeah, that was Adnan just coming forward.
I think Cleary was you see there in your frame, the guilty party. I would, you know, it's not like American football where you can move that game around just about anywhere you want to in the country and it's going to attract eyes. And you can also play that game indoor. I would not be in favor of seeing the national championship game played on a neutral site, for instance, that had an artificial surface. I wouldn't be in favor of that.
Agreed.
At all. But I also would understand the argument. All right, so you know, say it is a Notre Dame who's playing for a national championship, and you're playing in December in South Bend, but that's part of it.
They earned it.
Exactly right.
They earned it.
They would have earned it.
Well, I think it's interesting because the time of year it falls is usually during finals week, and could you imagine a college campus during finals week hosting a national championship?
I can tell you that if a national championship game was played here in Clemson, South Carolina, in what is now traditionally kind of into the second week of December, there would be more than 8,300 people that would show up to the stadium for that game.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what the weather what kind of weather it was. There would be more than 8,300.
Oh, danger here.
Maybe got a little too conservative with that, passed it along the top.
Well, again, hats off to Stanford there defensively. One of the things I think Clemson is so effective at doing is in and around the penalty area. They can combine centrally, and they've managed to clog that space and not give Clemson any passing seams to to find that entry.
And Yoshizawa there maybe got a little too impatient with trying to get a little too fancy, too cute with the chip over the top.
They're just trying to get Ransford Guillen involved.
"29 minutes in, we're tied at 1. Clemson again trying to, but again, good defense stopped by Adnan, and then a foul called here on Clemson. Minard had it taken away, and then he comes back, just reaches across. Cleary.
It's just gonna.
Subs will come in for Clemson.
Contact there.
1, 2, 3 fresh bodies coming in. See the subs coming up on your screen. Push it down the wing. Trying to get it to Cleary. Ball clear, but right out front. Left-footed shot deflected. And Dama races out. Jumps on that.
Yeah, I think that was Paulino Plaz with the block there. Took some sting out of that ball before it got to Andema.
So Paz now playing back to center man in that back defensive line. Pressuring the ball there. Bohane sends it forward. Bodies go tumbling, and a foul on Stanford.
You know, for me, I feel like we've got to see a caution here sooner or later. This is how you lose control of the match. There's no chance to win the ball there.
Keel, the guilty party. He came up and over Paz. And you see Chow will come in. Keel will go out.
And Chow is a player that Coach Gunn is high on. He likes him. He's clever on the ball.
Both of these clubs, I don't think there's too many weak links that get an opportunity to play, particularly in a game like this. You're gonna play the ones that you think give you the best advantage to win.
Well, what was so interesting to me is sometimes it's the right lineup and not necessarily what you think is this player or that player is my best player on this day, but it's how will they match up with the opposition.
Right.
The opposition really, really likes to do this. We think this player counters that best. And then both of these coaches are so adept at making good tactical decisions in game. You could even see with some of these substitutions.
Yeah, you can see right there. Yep. We take a look at Coach Gunn talking things over with his assistants. Mike Noonan sits back, a little chat. His top assistant, Phil Jones. And another throw in. Again, Clemson just can't quite settle it. The defense of Stanford is there, and they clear it into the Clemson zone. Race for it, and that ball will be touched by Clemson. And that was just the speed that we've seen, really the first speed advantage maybe here in this first half, and it went Stanford's way there.
Yeah, quick to counter, and that's one of the things they do well is turn that defense of the opposition, just put the ball in behind them. The Flores has pace, and Magnuson does well to just cut out the cross, concede the corner.
So once again, it'll be Riley that will go and take the second corner now of this match for Stanford. He took the first from this same position. Low line drive. It's headed out.
Oh, Lola's down.
Long time. Yeah, there's 2 players down for Clemson. One back along the end line, and one right there where the whistle was blown. So first, Lola gets up. Looks like he's all right.
That's Yoshizawa down now.
Yeah, Yoshizawa. All right, let's take a look at both of these.
Looks like Lola maybe caught a little bit of an elbow there.
Yeah, looked like, and then Yoshizawa. Oh, oof. And that's incidental contact there. That's. Trying to cross it, but headed back out.
Just undercooked that one a little bit.
Whistle will. Another throw in as the ball goes almost immediately out of bounds. Dama will play it off Magnuson. Yoshizawa, oh, took a big blow that time from Bohane, and Bohane was involved the last time that Yoshizawa went down, and he took a big blow right there. Watch this.
I mean,
that he comes with intent there. You can see him lowering the shoulder, looking for somebody.
Both of those within a 60-second span, and certainly begs the question of at what point does he opt to pull a card out of his shirt.
It's De Flores taken away, and then a trip, and again foul called here on Stanford.
Well, Coach Noonan's incensed, and he's given the 4th official an earful. I think it's deserved. This is outstanding defending here, 1v1 from Magnuson. He's able to strip it. And there's nothing there in terms of the severity, but it's the stopping of the counterattack opportunity more than anything else.
Play it back. Magnuson, it gives it off Sandy. G-Bear quick touch, Yoshizawa pushes it through. Trying to cross it, but deflects, and that should become a corner for Clemson, and it will.
And that's better from Clemson. And Yoshizawa's given him a little bit of a spark since the subs came on and Nate Richmond went out wide right. He's just dropped into that role that was previously held by Ransford Guillen, and they've come to life a little bit in the center of the park.
Nathan Richmond handle this corner, bends it in, headed out.
I think that was Groneveld there on the clearance.
G-Bear going to send it in, headed out. And then just cleared. And play it all the way back, and Dama. Lola plays it off pause. 7:25 and clock counting here in the first. 1-1. Lola, good touch. Yoshizawa.
Yeah, just the deftest of touch there to take the pace off of that.
Play it out front. G-Bears, he's going to load it up and fire. He will. It'll become a corner.
That's a good block there. There's Chow getting there at the last second. Corner kick just a couple of minutes into the game.
There's a bender in, fisted out. Ball's trying to push it back in the middle, but cleared. And they'll push it off the wing. Richmond carries it all the way to the line, and that's good defense there, just taken away from him on that line. And a nice job of pushing it forward on the foot of DeFlores. DeFlores, though, has it taken away from him. Clemson comes back on the attack, pushes it through. Chip it up and over, nobody there. A little too long as it goes along the line. Finally will become a goal kick.
That's nicely done by Arthur Duquesne there.
All right. Here's how we got where we are right now, tied at 1. It started early, 2.5 minutes in. And the header there by Trimnell made it 1-0. And then this play was looked at a long time. Became a penalty kick. Riley able to fill it. And we weren't even 7 minutes in, and it was 1-1. And we're still there here with the clock moving, 5:20 and counting here in this first half of play. Schnebley will put it down and get ready to send it forward. .50 ball just lands. Oh, that deflects. Now comes Schnebley. Oh, he doesn't play that well, and that was fortunate that he got a fortuitous bounce and was able to clear it.
Yeah, he came out really, really well on that. And
there's a whistle and a foul called. Who's this going to go against? A stop action. And finally, we're going to get a card.
What's always amusing to me, Don, is it's the one that you don't really see anything in it. I mean, he's taking a chance as an attacking player.
Gradias, Tony Gradia, Alfonso Tinconi Gradias draws the card. You can see the grab of the jersey by Duquesne.
I got to be honest, he's missed it.
He did.
It's the yellow Duquesne there.
I'm going to agree with you.
But again, to me, there was just nothing in it that said, wow, this is so egregious, this has to be a yellow in this moment.
We thought maybe that Bohane was going to draw one, but you got to also remember, he's carrying the moniker of the best player in collegiate soccer. Here's an opportunity. Good tackle and attack comes out, and they're going to call that a penalty. They're going to call that a penalty on Schnebley. And he doesn't like that at all.
Well, big moment here, and we'll have to regain his composure quickly.
It's something about first 5 minutes and last 5 minutes.
Well, we talk about all the time, right? Those are the moments where your concentration has to be the absolute highest. And
all right, let's take a look at this.
Yes, Minor gets the first touch, but I think he gets a bit of the ball first. To everybody out there in the goalkeeper union, I might be with the goalkeeper in that moment.
Yeah, that is a very difficult call. That's a tough call right there against Schnebly. Official will come over. And a yellow card has now been issued to the head coach. Jeremy Gunn of Stanford. See him, arms crossed.
Well, I was confused if he was coming over for that or he's coming over to look at it.
Right.
Or did he come over to look at it and then decide to give a card?
I don't think that he was headed to the replay monitor yet, but he was certainly walking that way.
Yeah.
Jeremy Gunn cut him off. So they are going to go back and review this. Now, this is going to be interesting on review. Because I'm kind of like with you. I'll be really honest, I thought that was a clean play.
Yeah, it looks like Meinhardt gets the touch first. Schnebly gets a piece of it, but certainly after Schnebly, it looks like he gets a piece of it there. But from a different angle, did his leg make contact with Meinhardt before his hands made contact with the ball? And if that's the best angle, I don't think there's enough to turn it over. You know, it's...
And here's another angle farther out.
It looks like there was initial contact before his hand got a piece of the ball.
Here's a good look, maybe. See where...
It's tough. I mean, if it's supposed to be concrete to reverse the decision, I don't know if that's quite concrete enough. I think this is probably your best look.
We saw him, he touched it once, and his hand gets to the ball, see, before he got to the body, I thought, right there.
Very unhappy head coach.
Hey, it's like the last time. You know, one coach happy, one coach not so much.
These are ones that, when it happens to you, you're arguing for it and it's against you.
So they're going to come out, look at this, call the two coaches over. Oh, Mike Noonan slaps his head. They're going to reverse this. So they will reverse the call here. No penalty kick, and they'll have a drop ball. So he said that he did get to the ball first.
But here's what
so we had one that was originally called a clean play that got turned into a penalty kick, and now a penalty kick that's been reversed back to a clean play.
But here's my question: when the play ended, did the ball go over the end line, and why are we restarting with a drop ball? Because if there was no foul, wouldn't it be a goal kick or a corner kick?
I agree. Yeah, that's a great point. Or is it on the whistle? Is the ball dead there?
Right.
Is the play just dead right then? It doesn't matter where the ball is if it's in play.
Right.
Or
what is the gentleman's agreement here? You don't contest the drop ball.
Right. So if you're a Stanford fan, that turned out the best possible way that you could hope for it to turn out right there.
Well, this game has certainly not been without drama and excitement and physicality.
And the one other thing that I will say, the reaction, though, of Schnebly after the play to the official, he got away with one there, too. He could have easily drawn a yellow there. Oh, there's a misplay and an opportunity here on the cross. There it is. And it will just fly over everyone's, but Stanford will settle it opposite side, clear it back in. Header off the top of the crossbar, and then it goes in. Went off of Jibe and in. 2-1 Stanford.
Well, isn't that just a picture of how quickly things can turn in this game?
So at the 42-minute mark, 2-1 Stanford. Watch this.
Okunlola does well. He just cross comes in.
You see Jibe trying to catch it with his chest, and there was just too much on that, and it went right off of him and into his own net.
Yeah, just a spin. I believe it's Keel getting his head on the initial ball, powers off the post, and just the spin of that ball and the velocity of it just comes heavy off of Jibe's chest.
Well, he had to cut in front of Chow because Chow was going to be there to put it in, but just too much. So 2-1 Stanford. Man, what drama we've had in the last 3 minutes here.
It's almost like the first 5 minutes high drop, first 8 minutes,
hey,
and now the way you end it.
This is what it's supposed to be like when you have 2 top 5 teams playing. I mean,
right.
I mean, I realize it's September, but this already feels like December.
It really does, and this is a couple of teams who, you know, you and I were talking, account for 5 of the last 9 national championships.
Yes. And that's going to result in a foul against Clemson. Oh, and then a little chatter along the sideline as well. Duquesne came up, had words, and a man down here for Stanford, which I believe is Bohane. He sits up. Like I said, this has been physical.
Yes.
And maybe at points too physical.
The initial challenge there is tough. It's for Bohane. Duquesne just comes to the back of Chow a little bit.
Schnebley will foot it forward. So stop the clock with 1:44 left here in the first. 2-1 now Stanford. An automatic whistle. I guess we're resetting. Oh, so not 1:44. You're going to put a clock back to 1:57. And for some reason they started the clock, which they should not have. They'll have to reset it back to 1:57. Took 4 seconds off the clock. Yeah, we're ready to go. That ball is going to be headed out of bounds, and it'll become a corner. So an opportunity again here for Stanford. Under Coach Gunn, Stanford, when they score 2 goals, 46-2-8. Oof. 46-2-8 when they score 2 goals.
I think that's also a testament to how organized they are defensively.
Yep. Good play in, but headed and then it goes awry. And another player down for Clemson. And
I'm just calling out the medical personnel this
Maynard?
time.
Is that 15? Yes. He sets up. But there is blood.
Oh, it looks like he's got a bloody nose, doesn't it?
Yes, there's blood. See him there in the middle. It looks like he took an elbow. Looks like he took one from Cleary. Watch it here. No, excuse me. It wasn't Cleary. It was the man swooping by.
Yeah, I think that was
Starobo. Yeah.
Ouch.
Nothing that a little cotton in the nose won't stop. They'll take him off. See if he just reports to midfield to check back in. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to re-enter him.
He's waving him back on now.
Stanford seeing if they can organize one more attack here as we have 45 seconds and under. Goal kick here for Clemson. 35 seconds.
And they want to get down to the other end and see if they can pump a ball into the penalty area.
Chip it down that way, but headed back. Out of bounds, they push it with 15 seconds. Cross it. Might stop. Clear it out. Clemson will not get an offensive attack here to end the half. So Stanford will go to the locker room leading it 2-1. 46-2-8. Take a look at Clemson. If Clemson can get to scoring 2 goals under Coach Noonan, they're 68-9-4. But if they get to 3 goals, which is what it would take to put a W on the board, 55-0-3. So some pretty good numbers.
Well, I can tell you a couple of things. Is teams are good defensively. They know how to win games, and got coaches who understand what it takes to close out these matches.
Coach Gunn, by the way, when his team scores 3 goals, 67-0-4. That's how you have success. That's how you win national championships.
Well, soccer is an unpredictable sport, so no telling what the next 44 minutes has in store for us.
I agree with, from what we saw first half, there's no guessing what we're going to see here second half. And it will be interesting to see, will it be an officiating adjustment also in the second half, and then try to tone down some of the physicality of this match.
Oh yeah, and it's not like there's been a serial offender. I think you and I thought that, perhaps Bohane had the 2 fouls on Yoshikawa right back to back. Was a bit fortunate that he didn't go in the book there. So you wonder if he's involved, if they're going to go right to their pocket and pull out a card there.
Good quick touches here by Stanford as they look to attack. They're going to get an opportunity for a cross here, and there it is. Be headed out, but right at the top of the box, shot fired and sails high. And a goal kick. So the first threat of this second half comes from the Cardinal.
I think that was Will Cleary pushing forward there. Just couldn't quite keep that on frame.
There's a good cross, the header out so much.
Yeah, this last touch just went away from goal a little bit.
There's a trip and a foul called here, and we also have a man down behind the play.
It was Palmer Bank there just with a touch, and I think you're getting your answer, Don. I think he's going to go right in the book there. Yeah. So he is going to tighten up the reins on this game.
And it has.
And again, to me, it doesn't seem so egregious. Like, oh my, that's a yellow card.
That's the 3rd yellow against Stanford. Had 2 in the first half. One of them was against the bench head coach Jeremy Gunn. There you see the little push, a little extracurricular there.
Yeah. So was it the first or the combination of the 2?
Yep. Of course, Clemson playing this game without Adam Lundegaard, their captain, because he drew a red card in their last match with 2 yellows at South Carolina a week ago in a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, and that match never surprises me when it gets physical.
No.
In-state rivalry.
Yeah.
We've seen some great ones both here and
Plus,
there.
Clemson had won 10 in a row over the Gamecocks, so you know that they were. Now, that has to end at some point in time, but still have not beaten Clemson in 11 in a row.
That's a good tackle there.
Yep. Carried for Bohane. Good feed. And Jibe there to stop. Low shot fire that's going to deflect. Can Ndema get there? He will.
Whenever I think about win streaks and someone says, oh, it's 7 in a row, it's 10 in a row, my immediate reaction is they're due. They're due to win one.
Dude, last year in the past has nothing to do with today.
There you go. Well, and that was a conversation we had with Coach Gunn yesterday. Was, man, I asked, you know, the canned coach's response is it's a new year, it's a new team, but, you know, how much do you think in the players' minds they remember their last visit here? And he said he never likes that mentality because he likes to look forward.
Yes. This little move, good touch. Opportunity here for Clemson on the cross. And just tipped away. Bank sends it over the end line. It will be a Clemson corner.
Well, I think that's the experience from Palmer Bank there. Just keeps moving his feet. Doesn't dive in on Richmond.
And Richmond had maybe an opportunity to cross it, but just waited just a tad too long. Richmond here will take the corner for Clemson. Backside going to be headed out.
Tell you, Noah Adnan is tough to break down back there.
Jibe just carries it back, settles it, looks to organize. Deflects, pause though, will tap it forward, but not strong enough. Good tackle, and Stanford with an opportunity to come the other way. Flores can't control. So Stanford, the West Coast teams that have joined Stanford and Cal, both what they call in the trimester system, so they're not even in school yet. They will not, Stanford will not start school until September 23rd.
Yeah, we were talking that they will host Duke the night before school starts, and I think that would be their 9th game.
Well, push in the box, try to turn, quick shot, but defended well.
It's a nice little entry ball from Paulino Paz to find Trimble. I think he was actually surprised once the ball got on his foot. But those are the moments I think that Coach Gunn was referencing about the times he feels like Clemson's had a little bit of success playing through them. They've been better in the second half, finding those seams.
Sandy plays it back. Open Lola, and then lost in there. Guillen can't control, and it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Stanford.
Yeah, that's just a little bit from Guillen there. You want that further up the field.
See a good look at Palmer Bank. Redshirt sophomore from Bakersville, California. Long throw in up the sideline. And we'll say that goes off of Stanford for a Clemson throw in down by the Stanford bench area. Dwayne went in the direction of Richmond, but Stanford jumps on it, and then it'll be touched out of bounds by Nathan Richmond. Bank once again will handle the throw in. Adnan plays it off to Flores. Ball finally out of bounds. Last touch, I think, by Riley.
Clemson just looking for a little bit of sustained possession here.
There's a penalty there on the, or a foul call, I should say, on the tackle.
Magnuson's going to draw the first yellow card for Clemson there. Just a little late on the challenge on Bohane.
Bohane down. Backheel touch. Magnuson.
Just a little late on the ankle. Nice combination play from Stanford to get him behind there.
We'll hold off on bringing any medical assistants out, any athletic trainers. Monte Sereno, California. That's where Zach Bohane is from. But this in reality is like a corner.
Both of these teams dangerous on sets. There's trouble.
Oh man, went right across the face.
That's dangerous if that ball is on frame as well, because there's so much traffic in there. Just the slightest of touches. That is a good whipped ball from Bohane.
Oof. Skipped across and filling in backside was Bank and just did not get there. Ball headed forward, touch forward. Ooh, fine defensive play by Cleary just to clear that away.
Yeah, that was just out of reach from both Musa and Guillen.
On the sideline, Clemson will control. Sandy will play it forward. Richmond trying to run it down, can't.
And that's actually not a bad idea from Titus Sandy there. You just need to shape that ball a little bit more to keep it in play.
Bank to throw it in. Magnuson will just touch it back, and Damon will play it off to Sandy.
It's good pressing from Jackson Keel there, and you could see as soon as he was played out, he just looked around and said, hey, where's everyone else?
Long lead. Settled. Trimnell plays it off to the corner. Try to cross. Will bring a corner kick. So they called this the 6K challenge, trying to get 6,000, and they did it. 6179 in attendance this evening.
Well, you said it felt like a December match that these two teams have played against one another recently.
Ball is going to be headed out. Become a goal kick.
Well, that was Magnuson getting on that. The big 6'2". Icelandic center back. I think it actually came off of his shoulder.
On his shoulder, just missed the redirect off the head. On his shoulder.
Oh, that was fell fortuitous for Molino. Pause there.
Ball a little soft coming across over to Okunlola. Throw in Clemson.
It's really well read from Groeneveld to close that down quickly.
Chip to Richmond. Paz got a foot but cleared. Flores. Paz, a nice sliding tackle. Oh, and a fortuitous bounce. Opportunity, deflects out off of the shot in the top of the box. Ooh. There's a sliding tackle that sends the Clemson player scrambling. And that was Gian. And that, you're taking a look there at Musa, the player down for Clemson.
Yeah, I think that last touch from Groneveld there actually looked worse than it was because he showed his cleats, but no contact with Gian in the end.
This is here just kick, and the foot just got suddenly stopped, didn't go anywhere. Defender and ball shot attempt all at the same time. Foul and a dangerous play on the header that was low.
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to call that against Titus Sandy there for putting his head into a dangerous situation.
Clemson looking to see if they can get something off of the wing. Oh, they do cross it. The kick goes up and over. That was Richmond trying to do the spectacular.
Yeah, Duquesne did well to drive to the end line, and nice little clipped ball there. Does well.
And the attempted bicycle.
Looks like is that Trimnell or Paulino Paz behind him? Just needs to shout a bit louder, call him off.
Ooh, ball deflects but carried forward. Defense on the backside. Okunlola, and that ball will deflect high in the air and out of bounds, and it will become a corner for Stanford.
Just a lot of Scrappy battling for the ball there. It felt like any minute, any second there, you're going to hear a whistle. Both guys got tangled up with one another.
Opportunity here on a set piece from the corner for Stanford. Oh, live drive kick. And that's going to be off the Cardinal. Damon will play it quickly. Oh, an official stop action. And Damon was doing his best to catch the defense back. Too hard down the line.
Just a little heavy on the last pass from Musa.
Good carry here by Fletcher Bank. Ball just touched out of bounds right there at the Stanford bench. Quick throw in by Palmer Bank. Ooh, whoa, and got away with it. I thought Musa was going to jump on that for a second, that error.
Yeah, Adnan's last touch was just a little heavy there.
play it through, but too strong for DeFlores. Quickly, Clemson pushes it into the Stanford half. Pause off the pass from Musa. Richmond. Sandy will push it across. Clemson just trying to probe right now the Stanford defense, but it flows well.
And you can see just the tightly organized, solid blocks of players.
Richmond could not handle the pass inside. Fletcher Bank, long carry. Paz went for the tackle, missed that. Bank carries it out front. Oh, and Paz able to take it away off the foot of Bohane.
And these are the moments that Clemson has to counter quicker.
Push it quickly, but this is like 1-on-5, and down goes the Clemson attacker, Gian. And he's going to draw. They're going to draw a card. It is.
And I got to be honest with you, he's fooled the referee there. He knows his last touch is heavy, so he intentionally draws the contact. I don't see that there's a foul there, much less a yellow card. But the way things have gone, why not?
Bounces up.
Does a nice job of cutting in. The last touch is heavy there, and yes, there's some contact with Groeneveld, but I don't think that's the touch was
a way to
already
show
he was never going to get to it anyway. But Clemson will not complain about that booking.
Yoshizawa checks back into the lineup for Clemson. Let's take a look once again at
this
Ransford Gian.
This is always dangerous because it's an opportunity to load the opposition's penalty area with numbers.
A little chat there amongst the competitors. And that ball just served much too hard on frame.
I think there was either miscommunication or Yoshizawa didn't quite hit the way you want to hit it. Just it's crawling away from all of his teammates into the path of Schnebly.
Stanford controls. Fletcher Bank leaves it behind. Palmer Bank. Throw in. Last touch by Clemson.
Just going to cue up this long throw.
You know, you would think this would be much more of a weapon in the men's game. There are very few that know how to do this well, the long throw. And Dama would just call off his teammates, go claim that one.
Well, if you have the right type of personnel and you have a player in there that can get on the end of something and win it,
yep,
it can be a weapon.
Clemson again will use control. Push it forward. Yoshizawa. Oh, nice little move there as he carries it forward. Gian, quick touch back. Ball Ball deflects. It'll be a throw in for Clemson in the deep third. G-Bay loads up, fires, trying to go high right corner and is wide.
Yeah, we'll have to get a replay of that. That didn't look like that was too far wide, but dipped at the last minute. Didn't look like it had a chance, and Schneply looked like he was comfortable with that going wide.
Either that or he just knew he was beat. There was no way he was going to get there. See shots. Clemson up a shot. 9-8, but Stanford leading it where it counts. 2-1.
I don't think we've seen a tactical change here from Stanford. I think that's just a natural tendency of the game, as the team that is behind is going to take more risk, is going to naturally press more and take more chances. And I think you've seen Clemson try to be on the front foot this half with that mentality.
Play it to the wing one more time. Look for the cross. Nope.
You can just see G-Bay here. He's just urging Okunlolo to play higher. He wants him in a more advanced position.
Sandy. And just pushes it back. Here's the cross in. Oh, it skipped across. Nobody there. Out front, shot fired, deflects. Another shot deflects.
Oh,
comes back outside, shot sails high.
But I think we're going to have a look at this, or perhaps no, but.
And a man down.
You've got Trimnell appealing for last touch, calling for a corner kick. You got Guion appealing for a handball, and meanwhile you've got a Stanford player down who took the initial contact. It looked like it perhaps came off of someone's arm, but a lot of players in that area. It was tough to see after the initial shot.
Look here.
Ooh, it's like he took it right into the stomach.
Yeah. Sub in for Stanford. Keel will come in. It's like Fletcher Bank. No, Fletcher Bank that went out. Let's see, this was a handball. We'll take one more look at this.
Perhaps, but I think that's the.
I don't think it's any place where you can say the hand gained him an advantage.
Right, did gain an advantage and wasn't in an unnatural position,
right,
up and away from the body.
We'll just cleared away from DeFlores. Magnuson's done a nice job filling in for Lundegaard here tonight, that backline defense for Clemson. Good chip, good opportunity here. Good sliding tackle, and it'll become a corner.
Just thinking about the goals we've seen tonight. You know, set piece penalty, on goal.
It's a good job by Duquesne. But again, another opportunity here for Stanford on the corner. Clock ticking. Almost down to 22 minutes left.
Oh, we're looking at some.
Boy, and there was a push out front that happened way from a.
And I tell you, I think Yoshizawa was on the receiving end of.
Yes, he was. Oh, and there's retaliation by Paz. And now, what's kind of really started more first half than it has been here second half. Tempers are flaring. And let's see how this works out. Communication between the officials. They can talk to one another. We will go to some type of replay here. So this will be, what, our third look of the night?
Fourth. 2 penalties, situation
That's
with
right.
Trimble and Adjett.
That's right. That's right.
But Bun, I think we've only ticked 2 of those 7 boxes where you can look at it, right? Because it's still same thing.
That's right. Yeah, we haven't gone into the other ones. We need to bring that bingo card now to every game and see if we can get all 7 boxes actually checked throughout the year. I'm going to take the under, by the way, on that.
I don't think he's going to look at the contact. I could not quite tell who it was, but I think Yoshizao was on the receiving end.
So no cards yet. Looks like we're going to play. Yep, no cards, no foul. See Mike Noonan reacting, the Clemson head coach. The replay monitor tonight has not been his friend.
No, and I think he voiced his displeasure. He just felt a little hard done by, and I think he's got an argument in some of those cases, and it's one of those things when you feel like 1 or 2 calls doesn't go your way, it feels like everything becomes magnified after that. But now you've got to immediately switch back on and lock in and defend a set piece here.
So we just at about 2 hours into this match, and we still have 22:06 left in regulation. 2-1 Stanford. Sending, oh, that comes across, and that was dangerous. But it goes up and over the net, becomes a goal kick.
Yeah, and
Boy, that was a good service in.
Couldn't tell if that was Adnan getting on the end of that as well.
Oh, yeah, right. They went off the knee.
I tell you, he has been in and amongst it on the set pieces, hasn't he?
But cleared back, and Stanford does a nice job with control. Oh, the touch there a little too hard, but then Sandy touches it out of bounds. Quick throw in here. Nope. Slow things down.
We'll say this though, when Clemson has decided to go direct and play directly into Tyler Trimble, he's found a little bit of a soft spot matching up with Dylan Hooper. He's been able to win some of those balls to flick on to Guillen running beyond.
Ball goes to going deflected back into the Stanford player and becomes a goal kick. How about that?
I think they're going to have to continue to try to get Yoshizawa involved.
Ball headed back by Palmer Bank, becomes a throw in for Clemson. Clemson last year at home on their way to a national championship went 11-1-2.
Man, some of those matches were early season struggles.
The 1-2 was early.
Yeah,
it was early in the year.
Remember
they went on that long winning streak.
Yeah, they dropped a match with University of Central Florida, and then I believe it was UNC Wilmington came here and ground out a draw. Tell you, early moments though. Conference opener, 3rd game of the year for Clemson here.
And Stanford came in this game the last 3-1, but the last 2 matches had outscored opponents 9-1. We'll see the long throw in, or the official now. He's just tired of waiting on Bank and says, let's go, let's play.
We're just giving a little bit of warning on time. It's certainly too early to.
Shizawa trying to carry it through traffic, can't. Get taken away from him. The corner.
They're just going to work down there, trying to earn something.
Somehow it got out of that corner. And finally clear. And a shot on frame, and Damon will take that. Is he going to try to play it quickly? He will. He'll send it long. No orange shirts there to jump on it. Finally settled by Clemson. Pause. Pushes it off, and here's Sandy. Yoshizawa. Magnuson will push it off, far side. Get it right back. Oh, pushed it behind, pause. Kick right back into the Clemson zone. Keel trying to push it across the top of the box. Sandy trying to defend him. Ball comes out front. Deflects.
Oh, that's clever from Gian.
Able to hang on to it after battling Palmer Bank there.
And again, just able to slow down play enough to get numbers behind the ball. This transitional moment's so important.
Lola trying to push it through. He pushed it off the side of his foot, but there was nobody there.
Just a little miscommunication there with the front line as he cut inside. Really nicely done from Keel there.
Oh, but here's another opportunity, and Magnuson wisely pushes it to the far sideline for a throw-in. .1650, as you can see, clock rolling. Still 2-1 Stanford. Centered. Jubei will settle it, try to clear it out. And they'll draw a whistle and a foul call.
It's just a little too much there. Players going away from your goal. No need to force the issue and try to nick the ball there. You've got a 2v1 using the defender to squeeze the space as well.
There's a cross, it deflects, and it's going to be pushed in for a goal. Offside. De Flores was there on the far side to push it in. And now it's 3-1 Stanford, and that is a huge goal here, second half. Stanford teams under Coach Gunn 67-0-4 when scoring 3 or more. So a deep hole for Clemson to try to dig out of now.
Well, again, it's the trouble comes from the wide area. Good job of pinning the ball up in the.
It got by.
Sure did.
Got by Magnuson there, right? Trying to think who that was there middle. That ball just bounced by him.
Okamola, just a last deflected touch there, kind of puts it beyond the path of Magnuson. But I think if Magnuson gets on the end of it anyway, he's got the chance of turning it to his own goal. But DeFlores is just there to bounce it in for his 4th goal of the year. He's well on pace to beat his mark from last year. He had 7 goals in 2023. He's already at 4 this year.
So now Clemson has to get aggressive offensively. Down 2 goals. They'll get a chance here with a corner. Yoshizawa trying to push it in, trying to get it right back, and taken down out front. And there's a foul call, and as a result, they're going to.
And what's so odd to me is that's more of a yellow card situation.
I thought for a second he was going forward the card, but he didn't.
That's definitely a foul in a dangerous attacking situation.
A foul there on Keel.
But nonetheless, it's going to be a shot from just over 22 yards from goal. Which, if you have the ability, it's about the right distance to get it under that crossbar if you can put it over that wall.
You can see him kind of trying to peer around the wall a little bit. All right, what exactly do I have to do with this? Lines up, lets it fly, and he scores!
That's the
Clemson right back in it.
Well, Don, you just called it. So much traffic in there. It's tough for Schnebly to even see the ball. And when Gerbet steps up, put that right in the side netting, didn't he?
We could tell it, Schnebly, he was thinking, all right, he's going to go to my left. He's going to go to my left. He went to his right. He just got frozen. You saw him take a little step, half step, hop step that way.
Yeah, the quality of that strike.
Watch this. Watch the bend on that as it comes right into your living room.
Just as soon as you feel like momentum has shifted one way, again, it's the moments we talk about, 5 minutes after a goal that you're most vulnerable. You see it time and time again, and game on.
Again, captains being called together as chatted up. And now they're gonna go. What are they looking at here?
Let me guess. We're gonna go to video review.
This may check off number 3 in the box of the 7. I'm really not sure what he's looking at.
Well, and if I'm Coach Noonan in this situation, I'm incensed because you feel like you've just seized momentum of the game again, and now there's another lull in the action,
right?
And a stoppage. Let's get on with it and get back to playing football. And now we stopped it again to look at who knows what.
Is everybody on side?
I don't understand, but there's probably about 6,200 other people that are in the same boat. Did the assistant referee's flag go up?
No, I never saw it go up. Now, watching the initial line, where Minard is 15.
Involved in the play because he's somehow screened the vision of the goalkeeper.
So the goal's going to stand as they come out. Give a thumbs up. Coach, you see Coach Noonan in the background kind of shaking his head. But my guess is that that's what we're being told in our ears, that yes, they were looking at the offside position. But you're right, Kevin. You know, there's a momentum shift, and now you get a stoppage for 90
right.
seconds, 2 minutes, and it's evaporated.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that has made Clemson so tough here at this venue, is that they feed off the energy of the crowd, and you score a goal, and now you got to wait 2 minutes for it to go quiet again.
Ball went to the corner, but went out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in towards a deep corner here for Clemson. Again, this push down the sideline, and that becomes a goal kick. So still plenty of time left. 13:20, clock moving. 3-2 Stanford.
Dylan Hooper was able to get the better there of Terminal on that challenge.
Headed forward, and once again, Fletcher Bank. He will cross it, and then that was trouble.
That was a good positive touch to get around the corner.
DeFlores just missed touching that in. Clemson looking to come on the attack. Shizawa settles it down. And that becomes a corner as it deflects off of Palmer Bank.
Looks like he's going to call a throw in here. Well, this is why Stanford is dangerous here.
Okay, they call throw in, not a corner kick. Yeah, this is the cross. Watch, DeFlores was filling.
I'll tell you, Duquesne is fortunate there, because the cardinal rule is you want to be goal side and ball side, and he was neither.
Cross in, header up. Yoshizawa settles it in the box, pushes it back outside, chips it back in, and the one touch goes high.
It looks like it's Meinhardt here, just getting on the.
This difficult shot.
Yeah, it's always
would have been spectacular if he pulled it off.
Always tough to get your body over that when you're extending so much for it. Well, this is interesting now, because you've got Jackson Kill coming off, who I think has been an absolute menace for that Clemson back line. Strong in the air, good with his back to goal, and now with these new substitution rules, Alex Chow has come on for him. Jackson's Kill tonight is done, and this is something you and I always talked about. Maybe give that player a break with the old substitution rules, and they could come back in for the last five. But you know, that's gone away now.
I'm really not sure what precipitated the rule change, to be really honest with you.
Well, I think they're looking to try to get the game closer to the professional substitution rules.
Yeah, there you go. There's the substitution rules that are now in force in NCAA play. So
I don't know that you ever go over more than 6 substitution opportunities, but the big thing is the no re-entry
second half.
In the second half. Yeah. Meanwhile, we've got another stoppage.
Palmer Bank a little slow getting up. See here. Look at Bank got his foot stepped on.
It looked like Kelly exposed his cleats just a little bit there.
Bank gonna throw it long up the sideline. Somehow Yoshizawa came out of there with it. He's going to cross it.
I'll tell you, he is just so quick and technical in those tight areas.
Duquesne. 1v1 on the sideline. Able to push it up. Slide. Stoppage. The ball down. Are we going to get a whistle and a foul call? We are. And again, this will be, for all intents and purposes, like a corner.
Cleary's getting called there on the tackle. Looks like the initial tackle was clean, but he stayed on the ground, and Norris going to get called for dangerous play in that situation. Oh, it's actually Bohane.
Yeah, Bohane again involved.
Yeah.
Well, played in a little low and headed out. Oh, and then it can't be controlled, and a whistle, and that foul will be against Clemson. It's not exactly the strike you wanted from Gibe on that kick going in.
No,
kick's got to get some height. Got to get over that first line of defense.
Yeah, that second ball just fell awkwardly for Duquesne. Last touch was a little heavy.
We drift under 10. That'll be a throw in for Stanford. Cross in, and Dama will pick it up. Magnuson will push it off to Sandy. Chipping it long, but short. Clemson controls of the midfield strike. Clemson just controlling it, probing that Stanford defense. Shizawa pushes it.
Yeah, that's going to stay in, I think, if he's going to try to get around him.
Oh, he never could get around. That's really good defense of that ball rolling out of bounds.
Yeah,
that's a bigger body that was being used there.
Yeah, just shepherding.
All right, second half goals here. If we take a look at this, Kevin, remember 2-1 Stanford at half. And this was really big there because all of a sudden they're up to it 3-1.
Yeah, and just again, 2 minutes later, Gibe on the free kick, like you said, he fooled Schnebley. Done.
Woo! 7.5 minutes left. Think about how the last 6 minutes of the first half ended. We're just now getting to the good part.
Yeah. So, I tell you, it's like it's Frazier Ali. They've traded blows back and forth, haven't they?
But so far, both men have answered coming out of the corner. Push it to the wing, and that's nicely defended. Chow able to get a foot on that. Send it to the sideline for a throw-in.
I always felt like that first conference game always felt a little bit different anyway. Yes, you've had some preseason matches. Yes, you may play with an in-state rival. Yes, you played somebody across town, but that first conference game just feels different. And we talked about it. You got
that's a good feed across. There is the cross to center and headed out. Be able to get a head on it though. Keep it alive. Inside, carrying it, push it off. Another chip across. Settled shot comes across out front. Boy, bodies went flying. Right side of the penalty box area. Oh, we get a man down.
couldn't tell who that was getting forward. If that was
that's a cramp there.
Galen Flynn on that looked like he was involved in the tackle there as he swung through.
So that's Fletcher Bank that's down. That's a cramp. There's the chip across.
It has been cool by Clemson, South Carolina standards this week. Just in the high 70s at kickoff, but I think you've called it there. That is a cramp.
Throw in. They're going to back up. Flynn. Play it across. Clemson again probing. And it's maybe a little bit of a freshman mistake right there, trying to push that ball through you. You're not going to do that on this level.
It's ambitious trying to pick out Meinhardt there. Doesn't have to. Just want to maintain possession at this standpoint.
Chow trying to clear it forward. And throw in Clemson.
Naturally I feel like the last few minutes of the game are going to favor the Clemson team as they will look to maintain possession and press for that goal.
Well, a heavy touch. No call there. Yes, they did. Whistle and a foul called. Fletcher Bank begging. There comes a yellow. Slow torture. See a little bit of a heavy touch there by Flynn. Fletcher Bank came across.
He's got an argument. Well, it didn't look like a lot of contact, did it?
From what we saw first after what we're seeing now. No, I couldn't agree with him more.
I am going to leave this booth tonight less convinced of what a yellow card is anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Bender in, but is headed right back out. And again, Stanford will just clear it. Under 5 we go. Wouldn't say that Clemson's panicking yet, but clock certainly a factor.
Yeah, they are pressing, and I think every opportunity that Stanford can find to just chew a little time off that clock, they will certainly exploit.
Magnuson trying to push it through, can't. Got it back. Shizawa sends it back. Gian moves it to the end, try to center it. Pushed out, sent back deep. 4 minutes left. If you're a Clemson fan, you may want to hope maybe the luck of the ladies are with you. Clemson women last night in Columbia against the state rival South Carolina scored a goal in the last 60 seconds to get out of Columbia with a tie.
Yeah, just right there to death.
Yeah.
Christian Brathwaite equalizing.
That ball, oh, they're going to rule a corner here for Clemson. Stop.
It's going to be a substitution.
Substitution.
Stanford going to stop the clock here in the last 5 minutes of the match.
We'll get a sub that will come in. Shane Flores is going to come out. It looks like that.
Radios.
Yeah.
Well, the delivery's got to be there, Don. You called it on the last service from a wide area.
Got some bigger body. Big James Kelly kind of in the middle of all this for Clemson. Here's a player went down on that kick as it's cleared out. Stays in bounds. Push it right out front. Chip it. Looking for Kelly. The header and the shot right out front. Sails high. Oh, what an opportunity there for Clemson.
I tell you,
but I believe it's going to be a corner. Actually, that was defended well. Boy, opportunity knocked there for Clemson.
What a nice little deft chip there to the back post from.
The shot that deflects back out. Under 3 to go. Again, they look for the corner. Or the cross and force another corner. Gibe will take the corner here and he'll play it out. Chip it in. Head it back out. Chase down. Cardinal just trying to place pack back defense as they can and survive this. Another chip. Comes across, pushed in to the top of the box, could not be settled. And here comes Stanford the opposite way. Fletcher Bank. He's going to look to push it to the deep corner.
Yeah, he's just going to look to kill time. Yep. He's going to clip it across now, isn't he?
Here comes a cross ball taken away from him behind and cleared, but Stanford will look to try to head it just back in deep. Settled. And tackle from behind and a whistle blown on Chow. And they'll stop the clock with 1:48 left. And again, man down for Stanford back. And once again, that's Fletcher Bank, the second time we've seen him go down.
Looking at these are the moments where you just feel like the flow of the game. We get another stoppage.
And he's going to come out this time.
They're going to allow a substitution here, and it's going to be Louis Sharobo coming back in.
Comes in, yeah.
I think that's just a move to shore up defensively here and see this thing out if you're Stanford.
Magnuson plays it off to the wing. Flynn plays it back. 90 seconds. Chip in, looking for Flynn. Able to try to redirect, but just cleared. They settle. Turn. Top of box, tipped away and covered up.
Nicely done by Schnebley. Well read, but what a dangerous run from Rensford Guion.
We're under a minute to go. 55 seconds. The punt. It'll be a throw in deep for Clemson with 40 seconds. And Dama now will feed it deep forward, just trying to clear it. Stanford trying to clear it back out. Throw in, Mike Noonan would quickly pick that up, give it his Sandy, the throw in. Towards the end line it goes, bodies go down, last touch by Clemson. Oh, and then maybe a little taunting there. That was in football, that would draw a flag. And he'll stop the clock with 9 seconds left. And what Stanford has to do here is just clear this goal kick. And they will win. They will show up in the ACC and come to one of the toughest places to play in the league and get out with a victory.
They're is looking to win this first ball here and even put this out of play.
Hear the countdown. And too far back. So Stanford will come to Clemson, South Carolina, their first match as a member of the ACC, and they will prevail. 3-2 the final. As number 5 in the country comes in and